Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés was instrumental in the conquest of the Aztec Empire by the Spanish, a historical event that had a profound effect on the development of history in the Americas. Cortés, who was born in 1485 to a family of lesser nobility in Medellin, Spain, had a strong sense of desire and set off for the New World. Cortés set off on his first expedition to the Americas in 1504, first residing in Hispaniola. He chose to travel to the New World because of the opportunity for money and adventure. His early tenure was highlighted by his participation in several military outings and his work as a notary. Cortés took part in the conquest of Cuba in 1511 under Diego Velázquez de Cuéllar's leadership as the island's first governor. He advanced fast through the ranks to become a key lieutenant for Velázquez. He was assigned the assignment to head an expedition to the mainland in 1518 to scout out and enlarge Spanish territory. Velázquez reversed course and canceled Cortés's commission. Nevertheless, Cortés sailed out from Mexico with 11 ships, 500 troops, 13 horses, and a few cannons, defying the governor's orders. This signaled the start of the legendary journey that would result in the downfall of the Aztec Empire. Cortés and his troops formed shrewd partnerships with certain indigenous tribes upon their arrival in Mexico, particularly the Tlaxcalans, who were rivals of the Aztecs. This was a clever move that showed Cortés's diplomatic skill and comprehension of the intricate political environment in the area. Moctezuma II of the Aztec Empire first met with the Spanish explorers in November 1519, and their first exchange was cordial. However, things rapidly turned sour, and the Spaniards kidnapped Moctezuma. This was a moment that had great significance and revealed Cortés's bold personality. A Spanish force sent by Velázquez to arrest Cortés for disobedience in 1520 forced Cortés to flee the city amid mounting unrest. While he was away, a religious feast in Tenochtitlan was marred by violence, which led to the deaths of several Spaniards and Aztecs. Cortés returned to a city that was in uprising. On the Noche Triste, sad night, in July 1520, Moctezuma was killed, under circumstances that historians continue to debate, and the Spaniards were driven from the capital. Cortés withdrew and reorganized, enlisting the aid of his native allies to bolster his soldiers. He besieged Tenochtitlan in May 1521, beginning a harsh 3-month siege that ended with the city's capitulation in August. After decisively destroying the Aztec Empire, Cortés started the process of establishing Spanish colonial power. Cortés is a divisive figure because of his cruel methods and cunning ambition. His readiness to employ coercion and violence to further his agenda led to the destruction of a whole civilization and the murder of enormous numbers of people. He has also been acknowledged as one of history's most successful conquerors, thanks to his unquestionable strategic talent and daring. Cortés continued to conduct expeditions in pursuit of riches and new lands after the conquest, ruling New Spain until 1524. When he returned to Spain in 1528, Emperor Charles V welcomed him with open arms and gave him the title of Marque del Valle de Oaxaca. Despite his achievements, Cortés experienced difficulties and setbacks in his final years. He had to fight for his position and money in court, and his health was deteriorating. Rich but dejected, he passed away in Castilla de la Cuesta, Spain, in 1547. In conclusion, Hernán Cortés was a man of contrasts, a conqueror whose deeds resulted in great misery, but also had a major impact on the development of history. His legacy continues to be the focus of heated discussion among historians and cultural theorists, illuminating the nuanced effects of European colonialism in the Americas. This essay gives a succinct yet thorough summary of Cortés's life and accomplishments. Although the word limit prevents a more in-depth examination, I advise further investigation of primary and secondary sources for a more nuanced understanding of this complicated and divisive figure.